before tonight's video starts, I'd like to introduce the new 99-cent channel membership, which includes exclusive hangouts, the ability to chat during live premieres, and much, much more. Please take a look and consider joining today. Thank you.
Oh, hello there. I was actually just looking over your file in anticipation for our session today, so please make yourself at home, and I'm just going to take a look over your file here really quickly just to get caught up and make sure that we're on the same page. Okay? Good. So, how have you been doing lately? Okay, good. I just want to verify some information here just to make sure that we still have everything up to date. So I want to confirm your date of birth for me, please. That's close to my nephew's birthday. Very nice. And let's see, any fluctuations in body weight in the past couple months? Okay. And what about your sleep patterns? Any better or worse as of late? Okay. So it has been a little bit since we've last seen each other. So I'd really like to get reacquainted with you, if that's alright, and hear a little bit about what's been going on in your life lately. If you could just give me a brief description of what's been perhaps troubling you or been on your mind lately. Okay. Right. And having experienced this recently, do you find that it is contributing to your well-being, or do you find that this has been something that's been on your mind a lot lately in a negative aspect? Okay, that makes sense. So I want you to keep in mind that sometimes when we're going through some negative experiences, it's good to just take a little bit of a step back to realize that despite how overwhelming this feeling might be at this time, to know that better things are coming down the road, even if it doesn't quite seem like it at this time. Usually, when we're engulfed in stressful situations, we tend to forget about some of the positives in our lives, like family, friends, and things that we enjoy, like video games or vacations, even just a simple walk down the block can be very good to take your mind off of some of those things that are clearly troubling you with merit as well, though. So it is definitely okay to take time to grieve and to feel out these emotions, as it is very normal to feel this way at certain times. Let me also remind you that it's kind of like when we purchase a new vehicle or item, and let's say that vehicle or item is the color yellow. Now, since you have recently obtained this yellow vehicle, you're going to find that you notice in public that you find more yellow vehicles, or they seem as if all of a sudden yellow vehicles are so frequent, and you will start seeing them all over the place. And this is somewhat the same with these negative feelings. When we let them consume us entirely, we lose sight of some of the positives that we'd be missing out on. And in some cases, unfortunately, some people do deal with harsh thoughts or negative thoughts or self-harm, and I believe in almost every single case there is a way back to happiness. I know that when somebody else who isn't necessarily experiencing these exact things that you are comes along and says, hey, I understand, and I know what you're going through, and is somewhat dismissive. So I'm not trying to say in any way, shape, or form that you shouldn't feel these thoughts and emotions. But perhaps don't put too much weight into carrying these thoughts and feelings with you everywhere. Might I recommend, perhaps, in the next couple weeks, perhaps planning a little vacation or some time with some friends. I understand finances can be an issue. So perhaps keeping it a little bit more low-key might be a positive thought to make it a little bit more simple for you. Right. I also want you to do a little favor for me over the next few weeks. And that would be to try some mindful and peaceful meditations, focusing more inward on some positive and taking a moment to negate some of the negative thoughts that might be intrusive, especially at nighttime. So, I'd like to ask you to join me in practicing concentrating on our breath together. And what this does is slows our heart rate, and it also distracts the mind as you try to intently focus on breathing. Okay? So together now, taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Focusing on the soft pattern. Inhaling again through the nose. Exhaling. And I want you to concentrate on doing this a few more times as I talk to you a little bit. And as my voice perhaps becomes a secondary thought. Remember one thing. Remember that there are many people that care about you, and that you do possess unique abilities. I promise you that whatever is bothering you right now is going to pass, and unfortunately sometimes some of the outcomes of these situations can be troubling. So please, please remember to focus on the support systems around you. It's always good to rely on friends and family and community. Right now is the best time to go to the places that you're loved. And focusing on relaxing and trying to enjoy life as it passes in the moment, rather than letting it pass you by and looking back at the past with regret. We only get one chance to do this, so keep that in mind when you're having a down day where you feel defeated, or if you think the universe is working against you. I understand that those things are incredibly difficult, and there are no words to stop those feelings, but I promise you, one thing is for sure. If we work together to focus on your mental health and refocus on some of the things that make you happy, I have no doubt that we can start to get you back on a track that at least makes you smile, even in harder times. But I urge you to stick with me and try and feel good about the things that exist around you right now, rather than strictly focusing on the bad. There will always be a yellow car on the street, but it's up to us to remember that one day that yellow car will change to red or black or white. As we get new cars and time changes everything. So just because this moment right now is difficult, it doesn't mean it will be later. I'd like you to focus, maybe for the next couple weeks, like I said, on being aware of how social you are and how often you're getting out with friends and family, and perhaps trying a little bit of exercising and a healthy diet. Perhaps cutting out some sugar. And even caffeine if you're having troubles with insomnia. I do not usually like to provide prescriptions for certain types of drugs, as I find they usually just mask the problem, so I am going to recommend that you get at least a minimum of 200 cc's of tingles daily to take once at night, and I will write you a script for that. But anything beyond that I think would be overkill, right? For 200, let's see, C's, Dr. Berkeley. So I will hand that off to the secretary, and just remember that my line is open for you